welcome back again to Inside Asia. So let's talk exclusively about each country of Asia because we had what Megawati Soekarno Putri in Indonesia. We had GMA Gloria Macapagal Arroyo in the Philippines, and also we have Aquino. We have in Sri Lanka, even in Thailand we have Yingluck. But do you think Suji will be the next leader? And what are the differences of Suji and those leaders in other countries that I mentioned about?
That is a difficult question.
Yes.
Of course, Aung San Suu Kyi is also the daughter of the famous Aung San, the founder of the country.
Yes.
So in that sense, of course, because she was the daughter, she is also in that place.
Yes.
So in that place, so in that sense, she does not represent the higher woman status in Myanmar. So that's quite clear. But at the same time, as a political activist, the struggle and the symbol that she have presented to the world is very different from any other women leaders in Asia.
Yes.
So in that sense, her caliber or her position or status is very different from any other politicians in Asia.
And I ask you again, are there any possibilities that to have a leader of Myanmar by a woman or not?
So you mean, because there are two sides of the question.
Yes.
Yeah? One is that whether Aung San Suu Kyi can be a leader,
yes,
as an individual,
yes,
or whether a woman
yes,
can kind of build her status up and become a woman leader and politician in Myanmar.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is a two different questions.
Yes. You can answer both of these different questions. Yes.
So for the latter one. Latter one is still a long way to go.
Yes.
Yeah. So still, women's status is the same as any other Southeast Asian countries. Women still have to build up their status. If we see the elected member of the parliament in Myanmar, still women's number is very, very small.
Yes.
Yeah, so that reflects how much women are still not being considered as political leaders yet in Myanmar.
Yes.
But then Aung San Suu Kyi is another thing.
Yes.
Yeah, so because she is not only a woman, but she is a symbol of democracy and many other things. So that I cannot say from a woman's perspective whether as a woman she will become or whether woman she does not become. So she is kind of now above the whole thing.
Yes, and come back to Thailand. Again, what do you think about the leadership of female leader like Yingluck Shinawatra?
Again, she is in that position because of the brother.
Yes.
Yeah. So if the brother was not there, again she was not. She was not there.
Yes.
So again, she does not represent the woman's status, higher status, or political participation in Thailand either. Yeah. So you can see from the ministers, her cabinet, we don't have women, no?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I think 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, very, very few.
Very few.
So it does not have any difference with the former government.
Okay.
Yeah. So in that sense, she is not. Of course, she have set up this Women Development Fund.
Yes.
So that's one thing. But then other than that, we don't see so much difference in her policy in terms of promoting women as such.
Yes.
So being a woman leader does not necessarily mean that they would pull women's status up.
Oh.
So that is one sad thing about it. When we have so many women leaders now in Southeast Asia, and that does not necessarily mean that the women's status have gone up under their regime. We have also seen that in India, in Bangladesh. Also during their regime, women's status did not improve as compared to other men leaders.
Yes, and come back to Thailand again. I think now we are in the process, you may know, of reconciliation process. Are there any strength or weakness of the female leaders that can make it real? I mean, the reconciliation and the compromisation between the old leader, I mean, the old power, the new power, for example, the Red and Yellow Shirts. are there any good weakness or strength of female leader like Yingluck Shinawatra that could make it real or not?
Because some people say that women leaders are less corrupt,
Yes.
less aggressive.
Is that true?
So well, that's what. But then some other people will say that it is because the total population of women leaders are very small. So of
Yes.
course, if you have more, of course they
Yes.
have more bad apples in
Yes,
that. Yeah. So
yes.
so that's why since we have small numbers, maybe the rotten apples are not that
Yes,
visible. Yeah.
yes.
In the group. So we're not very sure.
Okay.
Of that is one thing. But then of course, we also see that during the yellow shirt and red shirt, there was a lot of women who participated. So there
Yes,
was a
yes.
lot high awareness among the women on
On politics,
on
right?
politics, which is very important. So that is very different from before when women were saying that politics is เล่นการเมือง like playing with
Yes.
with politics.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's something that men do. It's dirty. Yeah. So women do not want to get in. But
Oh,
then this movement have brought in a lot of women, which is quite interesting phenomenon.
Is that because of the role of the mother as well? Because the mother could have, more soft, character. That's why some people said during Thaksin, it was not like during Yingluck that she didn't reply any, comments, that people throw on her.
That is a bit. Well, some people say that
Yes.
it was because of her. Yeah,
Yes.
because she was prime minister during the flood.
Yes.
And then if it was a man prime minister who was prime minister during the flood,
Yes.
he would have lost the position long time ago.
Yes.
Yeah, but then it was because it was a woman prime minister. That's why she's still keeping the job. Some people
Yes,
say like
yes.
that. We're not very sure
You
whether
mean people give mercy to her?
to her that
Yes,
we
yes.
forgive that. Okay.
Yes, she's a woman.
Yeah, so
Okay.
so some people say like that, but I'm not very sure whether that is the
Okay.
case. Of course, not all women leaders are soft in this and that. No, you see Margaret Thatcher. I mean, how strong she could be. Yeah, Indira Gandhi was also a very strong leader. Yeah, so much harsher actually than men. So it's not the case that women leaders are soft and all that. Of course, the present prime minister's personal character is quite soft in presentation. So that might have helped. But then maybe that it's not because she's a woman, but because she was a certain kind of a woman.
Okay. It is because of our limited time, and thank you again for your participation in our Inside Asia, and thank you again for your thoughtful, comments about Asia and Thailand. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you. That's all for Inside Asia tonight. I hope that you enjoyed tonight's program, and I hope you keep watching us again. Good night.